Hello traders, it's Samurai Trader here. I am recording this on a lovely sunny Monday morning on the Gold Coast here down under in Australia, just a recap of our Friday night's trades. In a moment I'll show you the link to a previous video that I put up where I did I think one of the trades was live and 2 winning trades in a row, and 2 hours later I executed another 2, and I had some questions emailed through to me by some students on the first video I posted, so I thought may as well answer those and show you the next couple of trades and explain why I took those trades. Now if you haven't already done so, if you'd like to go to full screen, because we will be going and looking at some charts, and I just had a look at one of my YouTube videos. It's sometimes a little hard to see with the gray background. I might just have a look at different colors there, but anyway, down in the bottom right hand corner you can go to full screen by clicking on there. As always, I need to mention the risk as required by the CFTC, so please feel free to hold the video if you haven't already done so and watch one of my many videos. And I'm sorry students, those that watch my videos, you can scroll past here fairly quickly. Now one thing I do want to say here is that the late great Jim Rohn, one of the best personal development coaches in the world, he passed away a few years ago now. He had this saying: income rarely exceeds personal development. Traders, I know I say this every session, but I also get your emails every day and I deal with traders every day. Please traders, work on yourself. You really do. Remember, trading seriously is a head game. It really is, and it's really you against the market and where you stand mentally. And I do something personally in that area every single day, and I just find it's really developed me as a trader, particularly keeping accurate statistics on my trading. Very soon I'm going to be publishing daily stats on every trade, on all the key trade setups, only for one market, just because of the time it's going to take to do these. But I'm going to publish daily stats in the members area for those that own the fast track program, so you'll be able to keep up to date. And when you know your stats, it just gives you more confidence in executing a trade, because if you've had 3 losing trades in a row, it can really dent your confidence. And traditionally what a lot of traders do, they'll then go and start looking for the next best thing. When you know the law of probabilities, that you only have 3 losing trades in a row every 40 or 50 trades, it gives you a lot of confidence in executing. Now the video I referred to that I recorded over the weekend, well no sorry, but I recorded live I should say on Friday night while I was doing a couple of live trades, there is the link to the YouTube video. And of course what I'm about to cover, traders, is all in my fast track traders program. You can either go to my website to order it, or if you've got any questions, please feel free to drop me an email at trader@IamADayTrader, or go and request my free ebook. There's now over 20 hours, and I've also got a whole new series of videos coming out for my new students and also my existing students, so you'll be kept up to date. And one of the new strategies I'm implementing myself for my students is I'm bringing out 3 new video recap videos a week, so will be a lot more recorded trades, so you'll be kept up to date. You know, my passion, my desire is to have you have incredible success as a day trader, so you will get the best of the best in my program. So let's now go and have a look at these trades. So I've got a couple of questions that I've had come up. So firstly, I took 4 trades. Actually, that's not true. I took 5 trades on Friday night, and hopefully this comes up clearly on your screen here. So the one over on the left here, the first one was good for 14 ticks on 10 contracts. Now something I want to mention here is this: I am a scalper. That is, I'm in and out, and I've been a scalper for a long time, and old habits die hard. We know what I'm talking about here. And you know, we can have good habits and we can have bad habits. Now scalping, I'm very good at scalping. Now, to have larger profit targets is my new objective, is to really work on it, but it's so hard to get that habit of scalping. But hey, it works for me really well, and my daily profit target is $400 a day per contract, and you'll see here there's over 200 just in the per contract, just on the trades I'm about to show you. So very quickly then, we had a nice winning trade here. Now, I explained on this previous video what happened here. I entered a T89 a little late, and so I jumped in. You can see here, normally you're waiting for the candle to close in the direction of your trade. Let me say that again. You can see here I've got an up candle for this trade entry here where I shorted 10 contracts. It then went down for plus 11 ticks. I then went to break even at 11 ticks, and then it come up, and I actually moved forward plus 1 tick to cover my brokerage, which is about $4.70 or whatever it is per contract, and it still went up, and it moved pretty quickly and stopped me at absolute break even. Now, as I mentioned on the previous video, never ever fear going back into a trade. If you know your statistics, I got stopped out and then went back in my trade direction, and I then was out here for 10 contracts by 14 ticks, again another $700. Now, a couple of things I want to show you here is, number one, look at the T89s. What I am going to do is just to readjust here. So someone asked me, could I please mark up a few a few T20s. Let me apologize there. So you can see here, let me remove the band. So those that know my T20 setup, you can see you had an entry there, and we'll look at some more in a moment as the market moves down. So you can see the crossovers there, and there. Now remember, be very careful of big candles, and when you move too far out of your moving averages. And this is a little technique I'm going to share with you, members and non-members. Now, where you see the blue line is my 8 EMA. Where you get price separates well away from the 8 EMA, and you can see here we had a 200 bounce, but where it separates well away, be ready for a snapback, usually back to the moving averages, which are magnets. So you can see here we had a nice little price gap here. Look at this gap up here. Now notice how price is well away and well up out of the 8 EMA. Now here, not so. See how price has basically hugged the 8 EMA all the way down. So where you get this price gap, be very aware there's usually a really good scalp or a good trading opportunity when that happens. You had one here, you've got one here, not here, barely, there's not one there. Now also I wanted to point out this was a T89 just here. You had a T89, hence up here was a T89. Nice divergence on this one, but here I had a great price gap and a T89 here. So trade one, break even, trade two. And at this stage, when you watch the other video, you'll see I was going downstairs. We were it's Friday night, we're about to go out for dinner. Ended up going down, spending some time with the family. Here we had there would have been a nice just a perfect T2. Now let me go back up here. Let me just click this for you, and just, where are we here? Here we go. So we got another very nice T89 here. We had here's that price gap again. See that there? Well away from the 89. Here you had a T10. Over here you had a nice T19. But anyway, so I don't make this video too long. Let me, and by the way, here are T20. You had another T20 right there. You had another T20, all winners. Now remember, traders, with the T20, if price has moved too far away from your entry, don't take it. You know, there's always another bus coming from around the corner, so just be very cautious. Don't chase it. So here you had a very nice was that a T89? Let me just mark this up and tell you. Okay, yes, it was a really nice T89 here. Now here you had a T89 as well, but you had no divergence, you did have great angulation away, had price away, went up. So you really notice a lot of these T89s are great where you've got perfect divergence, also where you've got a lower low on price and a higher high on our platinum. You had a lovely textbook T2 there, and we were about to go out for dinner, and yes, we went out for a very nice dinner on Friday night, and I was coming upstairs, couldn't help myself, had a quick look. What did I see here? A T10. So that was about 2 hours after the other two trades. Jumped on those, 14.6, hit the 200 perfectly and got me out for 14.6, which is 700. Then a couple of minutes later, so this is all in the space of 10-15 minutes, then I had a textbook T1 come off a 200 EMA bounce. I jumped in. Now what happened here was it went down. It was good for I think at the time it come down and it touched 14 ticks twice. And this is as you know, I like to be very much a mechanical trader. I'm very a rules-based trader, and after 2 long touches and I'm not filled, I like to get out. So I simply I'd already gone to break even. I'd simply pulled it out, and I was out on 10 contracts of 12 ticks. Yes, eventually it did go back up and then it did collapse. However, for me it worked well. I was still out for 600 on 10. So just be aware. So if you have 2 touches, there's nothing more frustrating. It goes down and hits your profit target a number of times and you don't get filled, and you'll see that happen all the time. Here then you had a perfect, if you had stayed in, you had a perfect T10 here, along with a T20. So you can see the T20 there, a T20 there. And just before I wrap this short video up here, you had a T2. That was a T2, classic T2 there. You had a nice little trend line break. You had a trend line break here, but they're never going to be, remember, when you've got a strong downtrend, your best trend line breaks will usually be the second signal. The first one will go up there and test it, fall away and go back again. So let me quickly look at my notes here. I've already mentioned that when price moves well away from the 8 EMA, remember there's a good chance it's going to bounce back. What else? What other notes I've got here? Here we've got, let me remove the channel again, and just as a reminder, we've got our 8 EMA, the 21, the 34, the 89 and a 200. And the other great thing about this upper trade, let me pull this down and just point this out, and this is the comment I didn't read out here, a T7. A T7 trade is basically a double or triple top, and even though we had a slightly higher high on this one, but look at the divergence here on the platinum. It's falling away. We have basically a nice double top. We're really just hovering around on this 200. Then I get a nice, so I decided to short on this nice, and you can't see this white candle is actually a big red candle under there. So T7s with the trend, or double tops or triple tops with the trend, are absolute classic trades. So traders, that's a quick wrap up of the 5 trades that I took Friday night. 1 break even, 4 profitable, well over, after brokerage, well over 200 a contract. Saturday morning was a fantastic morning for us. Traders, remember, these setups and strategies work on all markets and all time frames. And as I say every recording, please master one setup, become a specialist. After a year or 2, yes, start trading multiple trading strategies. If you're getting bored when you're trading, draw trend lines in, draw in channels to keep yourself occupied. Otherwise, what happens, the constant feedback I get is I'm starting to see things that aren't even there, and that can be true at times. So traders, purchase my program, become a student, and we'll catch up with you on the next video. Thank you.